Happy Wednesday, critics. Welcome to the Kris the Critic Show. I am Kris. Normally, I am joined by one beautiful co-host, the one, the only, the brilliant, the beautiful Gina B, in the place to be.
Hey.
Today I have two. Robin.
We got a friend.
Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
She's going to be our fun guest for the day.
Today's title, for those of you who are just joining us, maybe you haven't joined us, maybe you just ran across us like, why does that do with those two good-looking women? We're doing a show today on relationships. Why? Because there's a lot of relationship disconnect out in these streets.
So much.
People missing their soulmates, chasing the wrong soulmates, getting found by the wrong soulmates. So we're going to try to bring a little bit of clarity into this. Today's title. Gina B owns at least 7 cell phones.
Listen, I'm trying to just make sure.
One from her past Instagram career. I will ask that you turn it down, please. So,
one from my current Instagram.
Today's show, part of, and it's called Unrealistic Dating Expectations. Now, once when I was a young lad, I thought that I deserved to be the boyfriend of every cute, super cute girl in every class that I've ever had.
Every single class.
One day, even though my mother always said that I was the best looking little kid she'd ever seen, the women didn't think that. Right? So, I had unrealistic dating expectations. But those span a couple of subjects. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it with our guest. I would like for you folks, Gina B is in charge of answering questions.
I'm already laughing at Brian Foster.
Facebook, on the Kris the Critic page. We're trying this YouTube thing out. Eventually, we will be switching entirely to YouTube. Just keeps it simple for me. So, I'm just going to jump out there. So, if you feel like answering, let me know. As the host of this show, I will tell all of us if we're right or wrong because I speak for the entire planet. So, Robin.
Yes, sir.
You up first.
Now,
go ahead.
Do we want to just set the scene here?
You can set the scene.
Robin is a Chicagoan.
Oh, you set the scene. Yeah, people don't even know who Robin is.
People need to know who Robin is. Like, we need to set the scene. Okay, so Robin is a Chicagoan, this gorgeous woman here. Are you single?
I am single.
You are single. Mm-hmm. You are single as in unmarried, and single as in not dating. Single as in
dating, open to dating.
She's single, fellas. If she's not married, you're single, and you got something going on, hit me in my inbox. You can thank me.
The point being is that her perspective here is that she is active in the dating world.
Got it.
There we go. So I just wanted to make sure that we all understand.
But I would just add, with intention. Dating with intention. I'm not randomly dating. I don't think women are out here just
and for the sake of this
needing to go on a date with anybody. That's not what I do.
For the sake of this show, great point. Women and men, because I'm dishing it out to both. I'm throwing assists to men and women. I'm not holding back. But this show is intended for men and women who are dating with intent.
Okay.
Right.
All right? And if you're not, watch it anyway. I'm sure you know someone who is. So, thank you, Gina B, for pointing that out.
Thank you.
So, I'd like both of you ladies to answer this.
Absolutely.
First question.
Here.
Two-part. Do people want too much when it comes to dating from another person without considering what they bring to the table?
Okay, so should we translate that? Are you saying...
I'll translate for you.
Oh.
I'm a person. I am searching for a person with this, that, and the other.
Okay.
Does the person with this, that, and the other want what I am? Clear enough?
Okay, so are you asking if there are people that are trying to punch above their weight class?
You can say that.
Okay. There we go. I just want to
I
make
think
sure that
everyone
we're all
is.
clear.
I'll get to the end of the book. I think we all are. Well,
we're all punching above our weight class?
Those of us who are single.
I don't. You want to go first?
No, you go first.
You're the one that's been brought you in for a single opinion.
I think that when we were younger, I think everyone was probably holding out for their perfect person, right?
I like that. I
Super
like where you're
everything,
going.
super smart, super gorgeous, super everything. I think as we have gotten older and become more mature, we realize that there is no perfect person, and that we have to take a self-assessment of our strengths and our weaknesses, and we should be realistic, understanding that whoever we meet will also have strengths and weaknesses. And so I think it comes down to, especially in dating, making a priority list instead of a perfection list.
I don't like lists, but I know a lot of people do. It's not
Women like lists.
Chris always has a list.
There's no right or wrong answers here. I just don't like a list.
I'm a list. Well, okay. You have a list every time we show up to do a show.
You have a list.
Usually,
Hold on, let's think about
Guys
this.
have lists.
Oh, whatever.
Hold on, what's on my list?
Only day.
Rob, what's on my list? Wait a minute, let's look at the next page.
Nothing.
Let's look
No,
at
hold
some
on.
previous pages.
But
Say it
men
loud.
do-
Say it
Let's
loud.
look at previous pages.
What's on here?
Nothing,
That
but
doesn't
just
mean your
because it's
typical
not
notebook.
written down doesn't mean you don't have a list. Men
Ladies
typically
and
have a
gentlemen,
lot
here's-
of
You have a list in
unrealistic.
your head.
Here's what the critic wrote.
She gotta have an ass like this.
I wrote
She
the
gotta
date.
have-
I wrote the date, the title, Gina B and Robin. Those are my notes.
Okay, now if you are an avid Kris the Critic watcher, which I hope y'all are, you will know that Kris usually comes with a laundry list of things to discuss.
Okay.
This is my point. But that's not the kind of list we're
Exactly.
talking about. The
Let's-
kind of
let's
list
go back.
we're talking about
Right.
is a list of attributes that you hope to find in your significant other.
Let's take
Right.
an example. Give me, and I will write this.
Okay.
What is, not necessarily YouTube, but give me 5 things a woman who is dating with intent realistically might have on her list.
He's interested.
Robin, rattle off 5 things.
Smart,
Okay?
kind,
Okay, I like those. I love them.
responsible,
Responsible.
financially stable.
Got the bag, got you. Okay? Go ahead.
Smart, kind, financially, and then I'm gonna add, and this is so important, lifestyle compatibility. And
Ah.
we can talk more about this later, but lifestyle compatibility is very important.
Now, let me repeat, which is why lists can be tricky. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with anything on this list. But smart, kind, responsible, financially secure, and lifestyle. Right? Now, I like the list. But in reality, what happens? A guy comes along. I'll use a woman as an example since a woman gave me those examples. But the guy he's smart, he's kind, he's responsible, financially, lifestyle. He's, decent face as well. But let's say how tall are you?
5'6".
Let's say he's 5'7", right?
It's tall
Wait a
to
minute.
ride this
He's
ride.
smart, kind, responsible, financially secure. He's 5'7".
You asked for 5 things.
I did. Those are her top
And there
5.
could have been.
I've
And-
dated.
and I got it. I got it. And he weighs 230. All right, a little portly.
So he's as tall as he is wide.
It's just a little portly. It's hold on. How do women do it? Let me ask my producer Kingdom. What do women say? It's in the right places though. That's what they do, right?
Well, if
So wait a minute. Let me finish. Does this guy have a good chance? With most women, not you. When he doesn't.
I think for a woman in her 40 and plus age, absolutely should.
I agree, but does he in reality?
For me or in general?
In general.
In general, I think men get dismissed early on being super short
Portly.
or super heavy, or I do think men get dismissed on that. But I want to say this because I think this is very important. And I was talking with a girlfriend about this, which is you have to have attraction, right? Yeah. And so that attraction is going to come together in different ways. So maybe he is portly, maybe he is short,
But
maybe
it wasn't
he is
listed.
thin.
That's
No,
a top-
attraction.
It's not even a top
Add-
5 thing.
Add it
I
to
mean,
my
but
list. You have to
you
have
give her
attraction.
at least 10.
You have
attributes.
to have attraction,
That's
and I
key.
think we've probably all been there where
If he
we
was
Yeah.
6'5" of average intelligence, I think they would waive the smart.
no.
No, hell no.
No.
Nothing's worse than a
No.
great big dumb person. You know what I mean?
I hear you talking. I see what
They're
happens
hard
when
to
y'all-
manage.
I-
They're big. They're
Gina B,
dumb.
Gina
I
B,
mean, it's bad.
I like what she said so far.
I do too.
And I like it.
Yeah,
The only
I
thing,
agree.
I would add, it was a good answer.
And that's a great answer. I think.
But unfortunately,
It's very thoughtful.
in reality, that doesn't happen.
In reality.
Because most folks, men and women, are usually out here messing around with somebody who looks the part but ain't the part. You got a lot of men out here, fellas, I'm not going to crap all over you. I know a lot of men with those attributes who are good looking, who have nice careers, who for whatever reason are single, and they say they're dating with intent. Now the people you see them with look like Amber Rose, but not as smart.
Not as smart as Amber Rose?
Exactly. You see where I'm going with this.
I've met
Right.
Amber Rose, and I
That
promise
is what happens in reality.
Okay.
Now,
Listen.
conversely, the same happens with women. They will say, I want God, fearing, loves his mama, and all of this, right? But you see them complaining that the guy that they're sleeping with is broke.
Right. And see,
Because you know
Nikita
why he's
Boston,
broke? Because he was good looking and slinging that D like a monster.
oh, look, I
Right?
know a lot of
So,
attractive...
so be honest with yourself is all I'm saying for men and women. If what you seek is what you seek, then stand on it. Now, I will tell you some things unrealistic.
Nikita Boston has a good point. Nobody wants a beautiful dummy. That is accurate.
There's so many women sleeping with beautiful dummies.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
but maybe they're kicking
so
them out
many
at
men?
7 a.m.
Men are sleeping with them too.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I think
Men and women. I said we as a society.
so. I think
Hold on,
people-
for the record, I hate on both sexes.
That's fine.
He's
an
I
equal
mean,
opportunity
be fair.
hater.
Equal opportunity.
No, it's more so I'm in favor of women. What do I say about men all the time? We're what?
Simple creatures.
Stupid.
Well, and
What?
stupid.
Not that smart.
What?
They're simple creatures.
We are.
He says it all the time.
Oh, men.
Men.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
okay
Yeah,
now, right?
I
It's okay
I
now,
wouldn't be
right?
co-signing that shit.
like,
If you
wait a
was talking about
minute.
women, I'd be like, oh,
See
hell
how
no.
women move now?
Okay,
See
wait a
how I do
minute.
that? See how I do that?
Let me just respond to that. Listen, I think that everyone has some desire to have fun with
Right.
whoever their physical ideal is, but that gets played out, right? And so,
Does it?
yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and so the lifestyle compatibility again.
It's
I mean,
so
maybe
key.
we want to qualify this conversation and put some parameters around age, because I think our behavior in our 20s is different than our 30s. If you were looking to start a family, you're looking at something different than if you're 40 plus and single, and I
Right.
think that's valid. So you should, you know,
I
we
think
can
that is-
qualify this.
I think that's how it should be.
You
You were a great test taker, I'm sure. Because you know the right answer to say.
No, but it's the truth. Like, you get older, and it's like, I mean, you're not 25 anymore, right? So you get older, and I'll tell you what, one of the best aspects of my relationship is that we like to do the same stuff. Like, we have the same, like, lifestyle choices. We
Lifestyle
enjoy
compatibility.
the same, like, because if I've seen couples where they're disparate there, and they don't spend any time together, they don't hang out. I mean, it's not fun. What you want is somebody you can spend your time in your life with
I get it.
and enjoy it.
If that were the case, then there would be a lot more connections, right?
Well, I'm not
I
saying that. Yeah, he
contend-
couldn't be ugly. Let's
I
be clear.
contend
Yeah, he wouldn't be
that what
attracted
you
to
guys,
He'd be a friend.
what you guys are saying sounds right.
But what do you
It's true.
think? What do you think the delta is?
First, I'll start with men.
here's
So to make everyone at ease, considering there's so much heated emotion over the untimely death of one of our greater members of Kappa Alpha Psi who was a relationship
Oh my
person
God.
as well.
Are you bringing him up?
Rest in peace, Kevin Sanders. But anyway, I'll do the men first.
Won't he do it? Anyway, go
I'll
ahead.
do the men first. Yo, respectable. So seriously, men, ideally in their 20s, I was this way. I put up with the Halle Berry types.
Oh, you put up with Halle Berry.
Well,
types.
can I get the thought out before you all shoot on
Go
it? I'm
ahead,
sure
go
you'll
ahead,
agree.
yeah, get the thought out.
The better they looked, the less nice they had to be to me for me to still pursue. Because
That seems
I
like
was
a personal
chasing that.
problem. Yeah.
I'm saying most men are like that. Most people are. And as I got older, didn't matter. What mattered more to me were that we got along, that you were fun, that you weren't a headache. And I would like to think that most women followed something similar, since men and women we're different but not that different. But just like I know men right now who they should be there, and I'm talking very successful men, you know them as well. You have friends who are single, who are successful,
Yeah.
and they probably in their mind have a list if it's not written, but they are dating beautiful bubbleheads. And I will say that I know women who are professional, who are degreed, who are scholarly, who are very accomplished, who are sleeping with people that they're not going to marry.
Okay, well, let's not take these situations and these circumstances and kind of, make that something that should be happening, or that make it I'm not sure that's the norm.
But when people don't know why they aren't meeting Mr. or Mrs. Right, it's usually because they're saying they want those things that you named, but that's not who they're with. They're not practicing it.
Or they're not going where they're meeting those people, or, I mean, there's a whole plethora of reasons. But, I mean,
They don't get the people with this stuff.
If when you meet the people, they're the wrong people, then your picker might be off, right? If you're not meeting, that's a whole different thing, right? But if your picker is off, like if you've got a choice between, someone who's fine as hell but as dumb as a stone, right, versus someone who has more shit going on, like in terms of like more, career, all that other stuff. Right. But he's not as attractive. Right. Maybe he got a little bit of a high hiney. Right.
And and people always go there, I'm not saying that's hilarious. That's why you get paid on this show.
No girl's crazy about a pear-shaped man.
I'm just saying, and it doesn't have to be that. But if he's not perfect, I'm just saying cast a wider net. Sometimes give folks a chance because they have those other attributes.
Maybe that pear-shaped man might be good to you, girl.
Or maybe you might see that he's just ridiculously hilarious. And maybe you really enjoy life more.
Right.
Than what you did. We got a few.
They call that a chuckle fucker.
Let me just add this little piece. Instead of breaking us up into these pieces of, we look a certain way, I really think attraction is what, and I've struggled with this, right? So, and I've been thinking about this even before coming to talk with you all. So, it's not that I need the finest guy, but I need to be attracted to him, right? So whatever that is, that chemistry, that attraction,
I understand.
It's really hard to be so black and white. He's smart and he's nice, but he's not so good looking. But when I'm around him, if he has a good sense of humor, if he treats me well, if he stirs something inside me, then it's going to be on.
As a man, and men are looks first creatures, I overstand.
Okay.
I overstand.
Fair enough.
I would like to, we have some great comments on here, by the way.
We do. I'm looking at them up there.
Stephanie Greer, great comment. Yes, based on some Facebook posts I've seen, people are looking for more out of a potential partner than they have themselves.
And we call that punching above your weight class.
I agree, Stephanie Greer.
That's a great point.
Touche.
Yes.
Tennille Jackson says,
Hey, Tennille.
Hey, Tennille. Tennille, call me back. Tennille,
call a brother. Anyway.
Lifestyle compatibility is the most important the older we get.
That's so true, because what you're looking for is a partner.
In theory.
Looking for a partner in activities.
In theory.
But hold on, but you got to spend time. That's why the lifestyle. Here's the thing.
Hold on.
Anybody can have a hot date. Anybody can have a hot date. But you think about the weekend. Can I relax with you? Can I cook with you? Can I read a book with you? Can I be quiet with you?
Right. Oh, my God. That's so important.
Compatibility.
Single people dating now, 2.3 dates.
Before they have sex?
Before they having sex. They're not even going there. It sounds good, but it's not happening in practice.
But Chris, are you talking about a weekend? Because just having a weekend is different than looking for a partner. So maybe I'm not answering the right question. I'm answering it in the context of looking for a partner.
I don't disagree with anything you said. I just don't think people practice it, men or women. I think.
Oh, so what was your point about the 2.3 dates before sex?
People are too intimate too soon. Men will. This is not the subject of the show, but every man, the best of us, because we are some simple creatures. The best of us men, if we will try to sleep with you as soon as we can, and we're gonna be nice. We're gonna play our part. Don't do it. You better make us wait, because the majority of men who have made a lifetime commitment to somebody, they had to wait.
So we're penalized for...
Absolutely you are. It's a double standard. Don't do it.
We are penalized for doing what you would like for us to do.
I'm sorry I did that. There's some dudes out there now like, damn, leave you.
It's true.
Oh, I think that's not really a secret. I'm just saying. But you know what? Sometimes sex isn't the intimate thing. Like, sex is an intimate thing. Let me just not make it seem like
it's intimate.
But, like... the measure of your ability to be intimate with somebody is really what you mentioned. Is the whole can you spend a weekend together? Can you be quiet?
But that's not what happens. That's not what's happening.
But that's not what men. When you have sex with men are just like, okay.
I know some good-looking broke dudes getting a lot of ass from very successful, accomplished women.
So
Really?
Okay. Oh, hold on.
We know a couple.
What'd you say?
Okay.
What'd you say, Gina B?
I said, oh yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm not debating that that's not
That's all I'm
fact.
saying.
I've seen it.
But then
I've
those
seen
same
it in
people
action.
wonder why can't I find Mr. Right? Because you didn't look at smart, kind, responsible, financial lifestyle. Your dumb ass looked at looks, knowing you got 3 kids already.
But the thing is,
why it looks so important?
Okay, so
look at the lifestyle. Y'all look, I'm not a woman. I would have the most paid man around.
See, but the chemistry thing can't be overlooked. You can't overlook.
I'm not
the
saying
chemistry
chemistry's
piece.
not there. Obviously, they had chemistry if they sleeping with
There's
them,
got-
but they have
That's
nothing
not
else.
obvious.
But they have
Is that
nothing
obvious?
else.
You've slept with people you don't have chemistry with, I bet.
I'm a man. We're stupid.
You know?
What's your excuse?
You know, we might have gotten caught up and been like, ew.
Men are, hey, see, I tell you, man, when women say, I want to be, men do it, I laugh. I'm like,
I'm not trying to be like
you know
men.
we pee on trees, but you want to be like a
You'll
man.
stick it anywhere.
Don't be like a man. You better be
wanna
like
be
That's
a
why
like a man.
glory holes exist.
All right, let's move on.
Why is my producer looking at us like
Look,
we're crazy?
wait,
Because he
wait.
knows it's true.
Let's talk about,
like, I
let's
ain't
talk
doing
about
that. Yes, and again.
Okay, let's talk. Come on, Chris.
You mentioned
What?
this
What?
earlier. And there's something to be said for that. Some of us don't adjust expectations. It took me a long time.
Right.
I rarely comment on myself. I was 37 before I walked down now. Glad I did. Love you, baby, if you out there. Anyway, at what age should people start? Because men settle all the time. Settle's not a bad word. If I settle on a house, is that bad? If I settle
It could
down,
be.
hold on. If I settle down, is it bad? But if you tell a woman to settle, she's like, oh my gosh. No person is everything you want. So we have to settle because we will start off trying to sleep with Halle Berry. She's gonna say, no, you ain't got no money. I'm going to Beyonce. You ain't Jay-Z. And eventually,
Right.
I'm living in
Look
my
where
mama's
he
basement.
started.
Eventually, a man will be with who likes him that he hollers at.
I would love a man who washed dishes. so I
Women
don't
will
have
sit
to.
there and say, I'm not going, I ain't settling. Well, what? Everybody doesn't have everything. So at what age, you mentioned it earlier, do we
Right.
start changing what we prioritize?
Right. I like how you reframed that.
I know.
So thank you.
I saw the eyebrow going
From-
up. I ain't stupid.
You went from
I ain't
settling
stupid.
to reprioritizing. Is that what you said?
Yes, I was trying to rephrase what you so eloquently
you.
said earlier.
Yeah, and I like to use the word compromise, right? So
Okay.
we should take a self-assessment, what we're bringing to the table. You know, I was just doing that earlier. You know, I need to work out more. I'm not bad, but I need to work out some more. And so I'm not going to have the expectation of someone to have some perfect physical perfection.
But don't we do that? Don't men do that? Don't
But that's
women
what
do
we're
that?
talking about,
Oh, yeah,
right?
that's
Because that's going to create this gap,
Right.
and then we're going to end up. That's the whole unrealistic expectation part, right?
Right.
So I think that one thing that happens, one natural juncture is getting older, right? After maybe you've been married, maybe you have kids, maybe you start adjusting, like, ooh, I'm not perfect. How can I be looking for perfection when I'm surely not perfect? And so I think that that compromise is where we need to be more realistic with ourselves,
Yeah.
with our
Okay.
partners. I also think I want to add this. I think in our generation, or let me put the category of the 40 plus,
Who's 40? I'm sorry.
just this 40 plus group, I think that we have to be willing to put some work in, and that's where I see people kind of bailing, jumping out the game, and when they see an issue, then it's like, oh, let me exit. But that's not life. That's not realistic. Go ahead.
I love that. I want to hear, for those who are commenting in, who are single, let me know if you can look in the mirror and say all
Look
of
at
my
Gigi.
expectations are realistic. If there are any guys
That's
out there,
Gigi
I want to hear
Hinton.
from you too. Gigi Hinton, what's she saying?
And redoing that dang
Dang
on
on
laundry
laundry
list
list.
of our potential man mate.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, when there's a point in your life, like I had this point in my life, where I just was meeting so many guys. Like it was just
doing
When was that?
a little
Were
crazy,
you
a
doing
long time
Instagram
ago.
thing?
It
When
was
was
a
that?
long time
Okay.
ago.
Were you doing?
Where it was
Jimmy
just
had a
like
little Instagram
I had a year
thing.
where it was like a year, you know. You know how the Chinese have year of the pig and year of the whatever. I had the year of
Year
the
of the
meeting.
man.
So many men.
It was all about.
But
Jimmy
then they
Bacon.
sort of dried up because it can't continue to be a font of just, you know,
Who?
a font of
A font of
just
amazing men
amazing
throwing
men.
themselves at you.
right. But you know, I
That's
mean
my
that
family.
when that sort of and then people and then life sort of happens, right? And so then people start getting married, they start having kids, life steps in, they start getting busy. And so when that trickle down occurs is when you might have to start thinking like, all right, well, maybe I need to kind of think about what's realistic to go after because it's not going to be this steady stream of dudes just like, you know, wanting to take you out.
Yeah.
True.
It was fun while it lasted, but it doesn't last that long though. That's the whole thing. That's when you. That's and so when you ask like when do you make the decision to kind of start like
At some
reevaluating.
Point, listen, at some point,
when your options narrow?
Yep.
What-
That is when.
Yeah.
at some point, it just becomes what I call unrealistic, right? Now, I'm about to say something that's fairly common that I hear, and this one is from women, and you guys are gonna look at me as like, what? There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm gonna just go into it.
Go for it.
There are a lot of women who say, I need a man who's at least 6'2" or above, whatever the case, right? I'm going to tell you, if you are, bump that. That's an unrealistic
It's
expectation.
unrealistic. I
Here's
agree.
why. The average height in the United States
Totally unrealistic.
for a man, pick a race, is 5'9".
I get it.
Okay?
Yeah.
15% of the
Yeah.
population of men are over 6 feet. Now, of that 15%,
Amen.
what percent is African American male?
Right.
A lot
What-
of them probably.
What percent is in your age range?
Right.
What percent are locked up in jail? What percent
they're
don't
not
have
options.
money? What percent are ugly? Now, if you still think that's your right to demand that, but
We
I
only
wanna
need
ask
one of
you,
them.
You're gonna be
so
waiting.
once we down to those 17 men,
Oh look, Lee Farmer, the average man
What-
is short,
once you
but you're not short, baby.
once you're down to those 17 men, do you have what those 17 men want? I will ask that. And then I'm going to go out here and say, men are visual creatures.
Yes.
This doesn't sound popular, but we look, no matter where we are, I could be the CEO, right, of Tesla. Mm-hmm. But if I'm single and Halle Berry is the janitor, pushing that cart at
Y'all don't
7:30
care.
after work,
You'll pull a bitch
Yeah.
off the fry
I'm
stand.
gonna
Oh
holler at
yeah.
her.
Oh yeah.
because
oh,
we're
yeah.
visual creatures.
You
Yeah.
are. That's all
But
you care about.
unfortunately, 4 out of 5 women, black women, are what? Overweight. But yet,
He always does this.
it is what it is.
That's
There's a lot of
statistically
broke
accurate.
dudes out here. Hey, I'm
Right.
hit it both ways, right?
Right.
I'm hit. A lot of dudes want to be called king. They got
Looks
a job.
and body type kind of go away as we age. I'm just saying. Coming
Doesn't-
from Gigi Hinton, who
It-
is
it
like, has
doesn't
anybody
go-
seen
listen,
Gigi? She's like a
It
cute
doesn't
little
go
thing.
away for men.
But you know, it's coming from Gigi. So Gigi's a cute little thing, right?
Gigi and I escorted Gigi to Link's Cotillion at one point in time.
Aw.
She's one of Chicago's finest.
She's
Thank
a little hottie.
Thank you for your service.
Aw, Gigi.
Thank you for your service, Gigi.
Yep. Average man is short. Lee is right. The average man is short. Don't mistake my comment. I totally agree about reevaluate. Okay, Gigi.
Yeah.
We got you, girl.
All I'm saying is, you have to think about, okay, here's what I'm thinking about.
Rico.
You have to
Why
think
does
about, here's,
compromise sound like sacrifice?
who said that?
Rico.
Rico.
Rico's, I'm thinking about to say Rico.
I like
Charles.
Rico.
Rico Sanders.
It did sound bad the way I said it.
Well, no, I think
Because
he's
it
talking
is
about Robin,
but
not
it-
you.
But it is sacrifice.
I think it's being realistic.
No, you
I
have
don't
to
think it's-
sacrifice something. All those sweet, nice words that make you not want. It is what it is. If you want to, if I'm a man, and I know I wanted Beyonce and Rihanna to start, if I value having a life partner more, then I will compromise. I will sacrifice some of those things that I had on my list. Or else the probability that I'll get that won't happen. If women didn't say, okay, well, I got enough money, I'm gonna date some broke dudes. Because overall I'm happy. Not that all broke dudes, I'm not suggesting that. I got 3 daughters. I tell them all don't date no broke dudes. But
Well,
I'll choose
because
it-
of what that means, though,
I'll
right?
do-
It's
exactly.
not if you're
no,
broke.
I don't want to have no broke
There
dudes.
are
and you're 40
implications.
and you're 50 50, there's
What that
a
means-
reason
They
why.
probably got some stuff down on your list.
So
Okay.
here's the thing about being broke, being not in good shape, being at a certain age. Okay, so
But men don't
what
care about
that
that, is what I was
signals-
going to say.
No,
That's the
but,
good news.
But my point being is what that signals is that you don't have, in my opinion,
It
an
doesn't mean
effective means. It does. What, you didn't hear what I said?
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
about
societal
discipline.
factors, Gina. B.
Discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah, work against
Dedication,
Go ahead.
dedication
Go.
to self-improvement. I mean, everyone should have a dedication
Let's all
to
read Vicky
self-improvement.
Wilson's comment.
Let's read Vicky Wilson. If anybody was, I'm not settling. I don't
read it for
remember.
everybody,
Okay,
Gina B. You're the best reader.
I was
Okay, go
going to
ahead.
read. Okay, we can all read
No,
silently
you read.
together.
You read it for
At
everyone.
50, I was trying it. You just kept cutting
I'm
me off.
sorry.
Okay, at 50 plus, I'm not selling. I don't remember my 20-something expectation, but I'm sure about what I don't like, and that's never going to change. Would I date the dude working at Costco? Sure. Marry? Yes, with a prenup.
Now,
Everyone should have a prenup.
Now, wait a
Every
minute.
single soul, by the way.
Let me speak to Vicky Wilson. Great point. Number one.
He might get a good discount.
I
girl.
wasn't
No.
suggesting. I wasn't suggesting dating the brokest man you could find. What I was saying was, you have to come up off your list if what you value is maybe he's a bad dresser, maybe his booty is slightly high. Whatever you deem, but you have to look
You
at
gotta be able to lay
overall.
down and take a shit.
At the end of the day, does he make you happy? Now, because I always say this in terms of money, I do a whole show on this.
All the time.
If the pot is what I call short, don't date him. But if that man has been taking care of himself on $55,000 a year forever, he's respected in his community, he lays it down like no other, he gives you the willies when you walk in, and you make $250, shit, you better scoop him up. That's just my view. That's just my thing. But if the pot is short, throw that fish back. That's all
See,
I'm
but
saying.
my point is,
Broke is a bad
I
thing.
feel like you should be able to inspire each other to do better.
But
That's how I
sometimes,
feel.
Speak to that. I like
I
that.
really, I feel
Go
like,
ahead.
you know, you should be able, no, seriously, like, you should be able to, I feel like there should be a good level of healthy competition. And people should be able to rise to that occasion, right? Like, I instill that
Hilarious.
in my, why is it funny?
No,
I really,
I'll let
I
you
do.
read this.
Oh, you got a comment. Okay.
Look at the last one.
Okay, I'm looking at the last one. I just want an openly gay older man with more money than me. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
That's realistic. Because older men like younger women.
They do. But, see, there it is up there. But my point is that, you know, it should be a healthy, competitive thing where we kind of push each other, whether that's physically.
Inspire, like what you said,
inspire
inspire
each other to be better people. But if you're not open to that.
But if you're 40 plus, they should already be a better person.
No, but sometimes, no. I
No,
don't
we're
think you
always
can-
growing.
We can
I
always
disagree.
grow.
We're always growing.
That's not the end of life.
Okay.
You know, 40s is not the end of life.
So,
Like
I-
40s,
I
there's
didn't say
there's
that.
still plenty of room. Do you know? Let me tell you something. You know what's inspiring to me
What's
Is it? Let's talk about
is
it.
I love. Wait, I'm just gonna make this point, then we can move on. Sports Illustrated, who's on that cover of the swimsuit, is Mae Musk, who I love, who was Elon Musk's mom, who is 74, and that bitch is bad as hell. So my point
It has
is,
nothing to do with this show of
my
realistic
point is
or
settling.
unrealistic dating
And
expectations.
my point is, you can always strive. That's my point.
Again, what does that have to do with realistic and unrealistic dating expectations?
Quite a bit.
Okay.
Why wouldn't it?
I'm not going to say it did.
Okay.
I think we landed somewhere around, Chris, you made the point about where you'll see people going, meaning having sex with, you know, they're looking for their physical perfection or
Right.
whatever. I agree with that. But just having sex and hooking up with a person is one thing. And then if you're talking about really looking to have a relationship, that's a whole different
Totally
set
different
of
It's
criteria.
really not. It's really not.
Why?
For men, it is for women.
It is for
I
women
don't
all
know.
day.
I mean,
Again,
There are plenty of men that
If-
you can sleep with who you're just not trying to
hell
be your
yeah,
husband.
because we are not the what? We will sleep with if
So
somebody
we're
told
not trying to
if
sleep with
enough
y'all,
dudes
we're-
told me, hey man, I put my thing in that hole in that tree. And I
That's
came
why
real
glory
hard.
holes exist.
Some dudes go out there gonna
That's
do
what
it,
I'm
men
trying to
is vice
say.
versa. But I'm
Terrible.
telling you, if you just
Dudes are gross.
if you end up, let's just say you're living your life, right?
right.
And you're sleeping with some random dudes, because men do it, that you have no intention on marrying. So that is taken away from time. If being with someone is a priority to you, that you could have been with someone, Mr. Right. Because you're not there. You laid up with Netflix and chill with this broke dude who ain't got shit but slanging it.
But he's
Okay.
6'2".
Vicky
Wait.
Wilson's making a good point, but go ahead. We'll hit that in a second.
And you practice how you play. It's like anything else.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Did you when you were in school studying to be a whatever dentist, did you say, you know what? I'm only gonna study for that sometimes. I'm just gonna go ahead and study this kinesiology for most of the time because it's just more fun to me. No, you practice how you play. You get to where you are by what you
That's
do.
more of a linear.
There are
goal,
women out here who never wanted that married men with money. They've never dated broke dudes. They just didn't make it a practice.
Mm-hmm. I'm loving the
Okay,
comments,
let's
by
go
the
back
way.
to me too. Let's
I'm
go back to
loving the-
Vicky. Let's go back to Vicky because I liked her comment. Can we go
I
back?
don't
producer?
enjoy it. Yeah, and look
I
at
don't.
Kenya
Okay.
too.
And what's the wait time before sex? I hate to spend a lot of time.
Who said
And he
that?
sucks in bed. Vicky Wilson.
Yep, that's true.
And yeah,
Until he is.
why
I
should
got the answer to
women figure that one out? Like let's
Because
wait
men
6
are
months.
stupid. Somebody has to be smarter. That's why society's sort of
Here's-
jacked up now. Women
And he's
used to
got
be
like
the
a
more.
half
this
inch.
is this one's gonna be a little uncomfortable
For
for the
who?
men, but I'm
For you.
gonna say
No,
this.
we don't get uncomfortable. We live in uncomfortable.
So,
Kris The Critic show saying we can be uncomfortable.
you know, to that last point, if the sex is bad, it's just not gonna work.
Okay.
It's just not gonna work. So it's tough because
How many times do you sleep with him before you say it's bad?
You got to give him a good college try.
Because I've heard women say that and they've been sleeping with the dude for a year.
Well, no, not a year.
As soon as they break up, it was trash anyway.
Well, you got to give him a couple, like, a couple
I want to hear what
chances.
Gina has to say.
A
What would
couple
you say?
chances.
A
Well, you got to
couple?
give him a couple because, the first time's going to be a little, like, awkward, right? And then, you give him, like, a couple times to redeem himself. But if the shit does not get better,
3 is 3 the
maybe
number.
3. 3 strikes,
I
like
think-
baseball.
Oh, for me, I'm
Strikes
gonna say 2. I
Oh,
think
2?
Yeah.
You don't
Let
think
me tell
like,
y'all
okay,
that.
so you
Y'all-
don't give
y'all
him
listen.
nervous.
Two negative
And
experiences.
a man,
You're like, I
listen.
can't do it no
Yeah.
more.
And a man will never tell you no because we are
Yeah.
risk-averse creatures. It could be horrible, but if he's finishing, he's going to keep going.
Well, because men don't care.
We care. We talk shit about it, but we still do it.
If
But
she's-
women care
if
about
she's
their
got a
numbers,
coochie.
though, and this is
No, they
where
don't.
it's really.
They
I
really
care about
don't.
my number. I think a lot of women care about.
Yeah,
their
you don't
numbers.
want, like...
Again, I hate the
and
point
maybe
to what
that's
you
the
said
ego.
earlier.
Maybe that's the ego.
But you gave this list earlier,
I-
and then you've been violating the list since the show.
She's
No,
not
I
violating
have
the
not.
list.
I
No, she's
question-
not.
I'm
Question
sorry.
your credibility.
Numbers.
It's that list
matter.
with caveats. That's what
Let me
it
answer
is.
Vicky's question.
Go ahead.
All right, what you got?
And you've heard this on plenty of shows.
I'm sure I have.
Can we bring Vicky's question up? Do we have that technical capability?
Vicky.
Oh, I agree with the sex is bad. It's not going to work. See, Susan Nyblach, she's one of
Yay,
our... one of
Susan.
Wait a
our...
minute. Vicky Wilson said, what's the
Favorite
wait
viewers.
time before sex? I hate to have to spend a lot of time before he sucks in bed. Good question.
So, yeah. Well, there's a lot of... Okay, so men have a tactic. I'm going to tell you.
Can I answer?
I'm going to tell you something.
I'll answer the question.
Men have a
Hold on.
tactic.
I'll answer the question after Gina B gives us her.
Okay, so
Answer it.
look, I can tell you this. Men have a
Because you're a man.
tactic because I date men.
He wants to
Um,
answer the
the
question.
male
I'll
tactic
give
is
it- I'll
that
let Gina
you
do
can tell when a
I
dude
like
is
when
like,
I like when she feels passionate about something.
Come on, Gina.
Let it go.
Okay, well, can I
Let
talk?
it go.
Can I talk? Okay, so dudes will appear like sometimes you can tell when they know they're gonna suck in bed because they'll try to be like, oh yeah, let's wait, and they want you to wait, and then they foist that bad dick on you, and then you're just like, God damn
game.
it!
Games women play in their head. Kingdom, did you hear that?
Ooh,
Like there's a dude
ouch.
going around saying, I suck in
There's
bed.
not.
Like there's
Guys
not-
know when
I'm
they're
not
working
gonna
with
get-
equipment that
I'm
might
not
not
gonna
be
get into a battle of the
standard.
sexes. Saying that
Whatever.
there's like every woman doesn't say, this is the bomb, this right here, he better be lucky.
Like,
That shit all this. I ain't even say this. Let me answer the question. So, you've heard this before, you have. The time that is to wait. When you realize that man is chasing you. for you,
saltine.
how do you know it? There's two circles.
You
of
need a
men.
Ritz, Rico. Okay, go ahead.
Like townhouse. Sorry.
There are two circles of men.
Okay.
There's a circle of men who love whatever you do. They always trying to plan a date. They really like you, man. What's on your agenda? You have problems, they listening. Right, all of that. Then there's a circle of men. You sort of want them, but when is he gonna call me? Are you always guessing? Never go with that circle. Only go with the circle of men who love your dirty draws. And
Yeah.
when you realize
Go with who likes
when
you.
you realize
Right.
that man, right? Go. You got when you realize a man is in that circle, then you go sleep with him. But you know what? A lot of us, men and women,
Go to that last comment.
because there are women out here who I might be a guy that she's not really loving, but maybe she's like, well, I heard he can get down or he's cute, and then she's tolerating me. I'm taking her out, But she knows she doesn't want to be. If I feel that, man, if you feel that broad ain't want nothing but a nice meal, you got to recognize that.
Okay, go. I want you to go to Susan I Black's comment. The last one. It's one of the last ones. No, keep going down.
She agreed with me. If sex is
Two is the magic
bad,
number.
2 is the magic number.
A man knows if he sucks. So dudes
Hold
know.
on. Ask Susan I Black if
Dudes
women know when they suck.
No.
Ask
I'm
Susan.
sure women know when they suck.
I think
don't
women know
Women
what
know.
they're working with.
No,
I
they
think
don't.
women do know
You
what
don't
they're
think
working
so?
with. I think
Hell no.
women just
You know how many bad
intentionally
smelling
won't try.
coochies out there and them bras think they doing all that? Like, you don't smell that shit?
Ooh.
It happens. Now it's getting real.
Not
up
that
in here.
fumigation
Now it's
cooch.
getting real. Hey, what y'all don't know is y'all might think y'all doing a good job. But unfortunately, y'all sisters are messing it up for each other. Sleeping with other women, bringing other women around. Those chicks is going above and beyond just to keep a person's...
Okay, but this is not the point. The point is we're talking
Yes, a lot
about
of
we're
people
talking
messing the
about
game up.
men and their bad habits and practices.
No, we're talking about unrealistic dating expectations.
Okay, that's what we're talking about. But I mean, the point of the comment was a lot of dudes will be like, let's wait, because they know what's up.
No,
They
no dude
know.
wants to wait. The guy with the
They
worst
know
sex...
that south of the belt,
The
there's
guy
not
with the
shit
worst,
going
listen,
on.
the guy with the worst sex, shortest time, smallest penis, he's
you
trying to
had
hit
that?
immediately. Every man is.
Have you? I really want to know. Have you
Oh.
had an experience where
Well,
guys like want to prolong?
Let's
it
wait.
and-
Let's
Hell
wait.
no.
You know
No,
what?
man.
And you know
Have
what?
you ever
Here's
heard
the
of a man
thing.
waiting? No.
Yes. And see, that's
But not waiting
okay.
because
Look at the big hand that
you waiting-
disappeared
you
in our
waiting-
camera.
Kingdom.
Kingdom's like,
You're not waiting because you didn't want. You're waiting for. You want to make sure it's right.
or are you waiting because
Crazy.
Oh,
she ain't crazy?
that is a smart man
That's
right
a
there.
very
Hold on.
good. That's a good.
Or are you
answer.
waiting?
Producer just said he wants to wait until he knows they're not
Or
crazy.
you want to make sure she's not crazy.
I have
because
passed that and slept with crazy
wait,
women.
stop.
That's when
But
they
you
get
know
the half
what?
dick.
Oh,
You don't get
Okay.
the crazy chick the whole dick.
hold
You
on.
get
He
the
next.
half dick.
He next level.
Now you can't. What's the problem is the half dick can trigger the crazy.
All right, we got a couple more questions.
Oh.
The full dick is
Okay.
trigger the crazy.
No, the half dick will trigger the crazy. Because it's like, this is all we're doing here when you, you know.
I
Or,
didn't
but
say
see,
I didn't say not finish or
no.
He
But
just
my
means
point
don't
is
go
the half
all
dick.
the way
So wait,
out.
what is
Don't
the
give it
half
all.
dick? Tell me what the half versus the whole dick is. We need
Not-
to define
I can
this
answer
term.
that. I heard a guy.
I ain't asking you. I'm asking our producer.
Come on.
What's up? Chris always
Kingdom.
want to ask questions.
If
that
you want to
nobody
get rid of a
else
chick,
asks.
that's what you give her.
You give her, okay, wait, Kingdom.
see that?
Let's let Kingdom
Wait,
speak.
wait. She heard
Okay,
that.
the producer needs. What do you mean the whole? What do you mean by that?
like you don't try to hit the spot.
Or you just try to be out
Oh,
for
so you
yourself.
try to just legitimately just not satisfy her?
Absolutely.
Do it
I ain't
the
say
best.
that, but you try.
You said not hit the spot. What does
It's
that
a
mean?
spot that I mean that you can hit. I mean that.
Okay,
Oh.
but that's a satisfaction spot. Is that what you're saying? So you just don't go full satisfaction?
It's a.
It's what?
No, like.
Well, I mean, I don't understand the
Jimmy,
difference
Like,
in what
you
you're
don't
saying.
get the, you don't get the pure dick for one on
Pure
a regular
dick?
You got
date.
7 minutes.
Okay.
Go back
Like
to your guess.
you can only get, you
Go
get
first.
condom dick, all that. Like all
Condom
that
dick.
shit's important. Like if you're not trying to.
Okay,
date
the
for
audience is going crazy.
Okay,
let's
let's
talk
hear,
about
let's
that.
hear.
I want you to
Let's
listen to
hear.
the questions.
I
So,
can't
we
see.
have
He's gonna show
We have
us.
7 minutes left.
Okay, we got 7 minutes left.
While you peruse the questions, I have a question for Robin.
He's trying to just get his. Exactly,
Okay.
Susan. He's just like, fuck what she thinks.
No,
I'm ready for the
Robin,
question.
given that you mentioned earlier that you have been
Is
married.
this serious?
Yes.
Yes,
We
it
have-
is serious.
I have 2 adult children.
Right, you have been married. So the question is, you have a vantage point of some single people who haven't been. So
Yeah.
how have your views changed in dating? Because there are a lot of divorced women out here. What's your approach to dating and how is it different? Like, have any of your expectations changed based on being married?
Yes, and I'll start by saying I do feel I've been in a fortunate position because I have friends who have never been married,
Right.
who wanted kids, and I think that if you're still in that group, there's especially as Father Time is right here looking at us.
Need to settle on some things.
They start.
Hold on. You're right. We need to settle on some things, right?
Yeah,
You
they
need to compromise.
start
Sorry.
doing more
You
compromise,
sacrifice.
right?
You
And
sacrifice.
so-
That's all I was saying. Go ahead.
Okay, fair enough. And so, the position I'm in now, I'm really just, again, focusing on the lifestyle compatibility. But I do have a lot of sympathy, empathy experience on both sides here, right? So, but I have my kids. I've
Empathy?
been married. Because
People
it's
know that
hard
they're
out
beating their head
here.
against the wall expecting a different result.
It's hard out here for a
No,
pimp.
listen. I think at the bottom line, I think we all want love, and we
Yeah,
all want
we do.
a
We all
life
say
partner.
that, but
I
we-
don't care. Listen, we're getting older. Nobody's 25.
Nobody. The whole point of this show is people say that type of shit.
And their behavior doesn't match.
They don't.
They don't walk the talk.
I know
I
dudes
agree.
right now. Now, for them, gainfully employed, right? That's half the battle being a man. Unfortunately, it's a man's buyer's market right now, right? They should be, if they were being smart, marrying some of these women, but they're not. But men are stupid. So, ladies, I'm appealing to you.
Thanks for saying
I'm
that.
appealing to you.
You know.
Women usually are the moral fiber of society. The reason the world is jacked up because women out here acting like men. Don't do that. We stupid. Well, you can't go around sleeping with 15 people saying, men do it. That's a dumb thing to do.
It's not even an attractive thing to do.
Well, what's what women say all the
Yeah,
time?
I can't relate to that.
No,
I
I
can't
can't
relate to
either.
men running around sleeping with 15 men. I don't know. I don't have
You
any
don't-
friends who are doing that.
I don't
Stop
either.
it.
I'm going to
Just
defer
stop.
to
I
you.
don't either. I don't.
I don't.
I don't
have
either.
Gina B,
any-
never bring in a guest on our show again who's refusing to even come close to telling the truth.
I'm telling
She's telling the truth.
I don't have friends.
If a woman slept
who are
with a
sleeping
guy for-
with a bunch of dudes.
If a woman slept
Randomly.
with a guy,
Random.
if a woman slept with one man every 2 years and she's over 40, she's got 15 people. That doesn't make her a hoe. It just make her human.
Every 2 years is what you're saying.
Whatever.
I don't
mean,
know about these numbers.
What do you mean
I mean,
still? What you saying
I-
over there, Mr. Half Dick?
I'm saying 15 people for a woman over 45, 50 is not a lot of men.
Right.
Well, who cares about like her
See,
body
mention,
count, right? Who
I just
cares?
hated the outlandish
My point
non-truths
is-
being thrown out there. The critics are smarter than that. Here's what it is.
Bless your heart.
But I
All
like
right.
that. I like that you said
What?
that you notice a difference because you are at a point where, and you've had children, you have been married.
Yep.
So I look at, and I always tell Gina B this, I don't necessarily have the best advice for divorced women because they've seen and done it all. And you sort of choose, you know what you like.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of women who still want to be married. And there are men who want to be married. But they're missing each other because they're chasing some superficial shit.
I agree. I think a lot of people are missing.
That's
each
all
other.
I was saying.
I agree.
Well, I
with
think
that.
a lot of
I agree
people
with
want
that.
a lifestyle that they don't have.
And that's
And sometimes
okay if
they're
you got something to
looking-
offer the
But no,
person
but
who
my
you want the
point is-
lifestyle from.
Right, but they have a lifestyle they don't have, and they're looking for a boost.
Because when I was single, my wife is nothing like this. She's a successful mini mogul. However, when I was single,
Go wife.
if
Mrs. Critic is awesome. We love her.
If I met a broke chick, just broke, but she kept the best house and could help organize.
She
my
got
clothes,
time.
She
Shit.
could-
and she wouldn't have to have much. I mean, you just have to be able to compliment what somebody might have.
Compliment.
There we
You
go.
said that.
That's a
Absolutely.
big word.
That's huge.
Yeah,
That's huge.
compliment
and so,
each
again,
other.
looking at the two people to compliment each
Hold
other.
on.
That's very
Hold
important.
on, Jamal.
Okay, come on.
Jamal, I just want to get to a few comments. We had a couple minutes left.
Cool.
By
Let's
the
do
way,
it.
Brian Foster, Bree Foss on Facebook,
Hey,
Rap
Brian.
off.
has a show that I even love, and I don't like a lot of shows, but I got a few folks on here whose opinions are hilarious.
Okay, let's hear.
Let's do it.
Jamal Matuka chimed in late.
Half Dick, what I
He
missed.
said, "Half Dick, what I missed." The
Now you're gonna be
producer-
known
the
as Mr.
producer
Half
was
Dick.
The producer was giving an example.
How he
of
doesn't
how
give full dick.
A man can break it off or make it seem that make it easier to
Hold
break
it
off.
back so the woman doesn't
Yeah,
go crazy.
doesn't really satisfy her until
Right.
he knows
Don't
that she's
you-
crazy.
so-
Said that.
Hold on.
You
That's
did.
hold on.
I never said
You said
not
hit the
satisfied.
spot.
That's a
You
crazy
said don't
spot.
give it all. That a man won't give
You
it
said
all.
don't give it all.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
He's
Give him
holding some back.
To me,
I
that
am
means you're
giving-
holding back
I
the
am
dick.
giving the audience a shout out, a couple shout
Okay, that's
Okay,
cool.
go
Keep going.
outs. That was hilarious. Shout out to Mario Davis. I see you watching.
Hey,
bro.
Mario.
Hey,
Khalid
Maria.
Hankins said, Tommy Turner, one of my relatives, don't judge your cousin on this show. This is my alter ego. These people I just met. Gina B, you see, give me another
Whatevs.
question. So, all I'm going to say is this. I'm going to We gotta do this again. This was
This
good.
is fun. See.
Yeah,
Okay.
y'all missed some time.
I didn't know. I got a whole page.
No.
Listen,
Mr. Half did.
First
Now
off,
wants to
people,
talk.
first off, people, I lied at the beginning of the show. I did have a list. I just didn't put it on the phone. Y'all know me. I got all types of stats.
He's always got a list.
I'm not gonna say that I was overtalked.
I'm always
But-
over talked. What are you
But I'm
talking
gonna bring
about?
these beautiful, well-spoken women back. We're gonna do this again.
I'm always here.
She
Well,
is.
thank you for having me.
Thank you. for
Robin's
joining
gonna come
the
back more
show.
frequently.
And that was
That's
Gina
the
B's
whole point.
idea. Hey,
Yes.
not that
Thank
you
you,
don't
Keith.
have
My girl, my girl.
good ideas all the time. But in closing, listen. All I was gonna say when it comes to expectations, know yourself, right? Know what you really want and what really makes you happy. And you have to ask yourself, guys, does this big booty, is it gonna make me happy for the rest of my life over somebody who cares about me and my well-being and I get along with, my mama like and I laugh with? Or ladies.
Hope you like cats.
Or
Who's
ladies.
this motherfucker?
I love that one.
Hope you like
I'm sorry.
cats.
I've been knowing Mr. Harmon since grade school.
What's that in his mouth?
He's an avid cat. He's an avid cat lover.
Oh,
I love cats.
the woman
I'm
has
getting
happy.
kittens.
Yeah, that's a no.
Shout out to Kevin's
You like
wife.
cats?
Great
I'm
part.
allergic.
You and me
He just rented out the whole restaurant. He bought brunch for everybody for his wife's 50th
Oh, that's
birthday.
so sweet.
Not that I didn't tell your wife's
That's so
age, but it's a
lovely.
great party.
You
Love
just
the kid.
did. Okay, but yes.
For ladies,
Cats are dope.
know what's important in terms of what you want. If you feel
course
what
you
makes you happy is a man making you comfortable, feel safe,
Making you comfortable.
cast a wider net. There are a lot of good men and women out here, fellas, who don't fit what you thought was on your list, but I promise you, it's a lot of good people that you didn't think about that'll make you happy. Look, signing off. No more alcohol. By the way, our sponsor is
Oh
Double
yeah,
Sisser.
Yes.
Devil's
If you
Sister.
see this in the Chicagoland area, go buy it. Tell them Kris the Critic sent you.
Here's my commercial.
Hey.
You know how sometimes you're having a hard day?
Signing off with Kris the Critic, Gina B and Robin, because obviously they've had too much. Thank
No,
you for joining us.
we're
Join
just
us
happy.
next week. Kris the Critic, same bat time.
I'm not
same
drunk,
bat channel.
FYI, Calendar. Okay.
Every Wednesday, 6:05 p.m.
Cheers.
Peace and
Cheers.
love. Thank you for joining. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Good job. Give me some.
People now think I'm drunk because I'm just cracking up. It's funny.